Hello everybody. I woke up this morning and I was surprised to see this news. Okay, I don't know whether everybody has seen. Now the ringgit is right now $3.47 to one Singapore dollar. I thought it's important for me to help everybody understand the forces at play, why the ringgit continue to weaken against the Sing dollar, the outlook of the ringgit, and so on, right? So let's start off, and I first of all apologize. I'm on a moving car, so there will be some jitters. I think you can all bear with it. But today I have a latest improvement. I have a microphone here, so let's hope the sound gets better. Okay. So let's start, shall we? Okay. So first of all, the first thing I want to say is that the falling ringgit is not a Singapore dollar problem. It used to be a Singapore dollar problem in the sense that it was caused by the Sing dollar appreciation. But in the recent weeks, not really, because the Sing dollar has been depreciating against all the major currency. The Sing dollar versus the euro has weakened from $1.45 all the way to $1.48 right now. The pound, the Sing dollar has weakened further to, I think, $1.70 something already. So it's all going in a trajectory that is weakening. Versus the US dollar is pretty stable, but at around $1.35 USD to one Sing dollar. So it's not a Sing dollar problem. The ringgit falling right now, it's a ringgit problem. Okay, so the Bank Negara has came out, I think last week or a few weeks ago, and said that they will try to support the ringgit. But I also saw another news, right? This is the news. Okay, I will read out to you. But it says that intervention pushed Bank Negara foreign reserves to dip below $100 billion. So it's kind of indicating that there's a limit to what Bank Negara can do to support the ringgit. Now, $100 billion is $100 billion US dollars is not a lot of money left. Just to put some context, the MAS have $500 billion right now. Okay, I think it's probably Sing dollar equivalent. So in US dollars, maybe around 300 plus $400 billion. But Malaysia is a much bigger country in terms of population and things like that. So it is a serious threshold right now for Bank Negara. Of course, Malaysia is also a very rich country. It's oil rich, resource rich, and all this. But the foreign reserve of Bank Negara right now is below USD $100 billion. So I think that is a cause for concern. Okay. So what is the real issue behind the falling ringgit? There's a few hypotheses, but the one thing that I'm pretty sure is the cause of it is basically this reason. Okay, Malaysia Central Bank maintains its policy rate at 3%. Right now the whole world's interest rate is going up and up and up and up, right? And the Federal Reserve is now threatening that they will increase the interest rate by 2 more rounds of 25 basis points. So the Federal Reserve has already increased the interest rate to substantially high at the fastest rate ever, and in Malaysia the interest rate increase is very humble, I would say. Okay, so let's take a look at the interest rate now. This is 2022 September the 8th. It was at 2.5%. This is a Malaysian interest rate. Right now in July is at 3%. So 2.5 to 3% increase is only 0.5%. It's very little, right? So it is one of the key reasons. Now, whenever interest rate goes up, there's this thing called hot money, right? Funds that go all around the world seeking higher interest rate will flow around, right? So as the minute the Malaysia interest rate is much lower than foreign interest rate, hot money will flow out of Malaysia, and as a result, causing the ringgit to depreciate. Okay, this is a short-term phenomena that we are seeing right now. Of course, there are long-term reasons. We have to look at their budget deficits, their trade, foreign receipts in terms of tourism and exports and things like that. But I think this depreciation right now, I believe, is really a result of weakening relative interest rates. Now, a falling ringgit is not necessarily bad for Malaysia. In classic economics, there is a term called the J-curve effect, which basically says that, you know, as your depreciation falls, okay, your trade balance will actually weaken initially, because, you know, your imports become more expensive and your export haven't got time to pick up yet. So, you know, you will end up paying more than what you usually do to your exports. To your imports. But over time, as the ringgit weakens, Malaysia produced goods become cheaper, and as a result, there will be a pickup in a demand for it. Okay, so over time, it will be self-correcting. You know? So the trade weakening will now strengthen over time as the ringgit becomes weaker. The Malaysian goods become cheaper, more people buy, and this will drive the trade weakening up to a position of strength. So current account will improve over time. This is what we call a J-curve effect. It's a J, right? Initially down, then go up. But this J-curve effect can take some time. You know, can take some time. And in theory, a weakening ringgit will self-correct itself also, because as the exports increase, there'll be more demand for ringgit, and more demand ringgit will push the ringgit up. That's theory, but in real life, you know, the ringgit is falling has a lot of other reasons, right? So, but I think that the exports for Malaysian products will pick up. And it's also good right now that the falling ringgit will drive more interest in investing in Malaysia, right? So depreciation of the ringgit will make Malaysia a more attractive place for people to buy businesses, to invest in businesses, set up factories, buy property like Mr. Lu. Okay, Mr. Lu right now, you know, the house that I purchased. You know, will become cheaper. I haven't fully paid for the house yet, you know, so there'll be, by the time I pay it, hopefully the ringgit will have fallen more and I can buy it cheaper. So I think that in the short run, I will see the ringgit continue to weaken as long as Bank Negara don't raise the interest rate. Now someone asked, raise interest rate lah, what's so difficult? Well, you know, it's easy to say, you know, when you increase the interest rates, what will happen? It will hurt domestically Malaysians, you know. Malaysian businessmen who have take up corporate loans and all this, they'll be hurt. Malaysian people, right, who have taken up Malaysia loans to buy houses, buy cars, all this, will also be hurt. So there is a huge economic and political cost as well. And given that the current government is a new government, I think, you know, they may want to avoid this kind of political shock that results from an economic shock from a high interest rate. So as long as there is a reluctance of Bank Negara to increase interest rates, and the Federal Reserve and the ECB, the Europe Central Bank continue to increase their interest rates, and the Bank of England continue to increase their interest rates, we will see hot money continue to flow out of Malaysia and causing the ringgit to further weaken, right? So I do think that in the short run, this problem is not going to go away. I think in the long run, as the inflation comes down, and I do think that inflation is coming down globally, we will see the US inflation rate coming down soon in their latest report that's going to come out. So the impetus for central banks to increase interest rate gets lesser and lesser. So the stress on the ringgit will get lesser. But I think in the long run, we have to look at the exports from Malaysia outwards. We have to see the amount of tourists that are coming into Malaysia, and also the budget deficits that the Malaysia government is incurring right now. Is it going to improve, right? All these are not short-term problems. All these take time, right? Uniquely on the tourist part of things, we do expect a lot of tourists from China to come in, but they're not coming in, right? And I have a video on it yesterday. You should go and watch it. Why the Chinese economy is in deep trouble right now. So because of the weak Chinese economy and spending power, the Chinese tourists are not coming in droves like what they used to pre-pandemic. So this would not help in the falling ringgit as well. So we have a convoluted basket of problems right now surrounding the ringgit, and I think in the short run this problem may not go away. All right, so I do see that this problem will continue to persist. What will be interesting to see will be what Bank Negara will do with the interest rates and their policy stance on the ringgit, right? Will they continue to go out and support the ringgit, buying the ringgit and selling their foreign reserve, right? So all this we have to watch and see. But my take is that this problem is unlikely to go away in the short run. Okay. But with this, remember to click subscribe and click follow. And I do have a Telegram channel that is very useful for everybody to have a chat on all economic and financial, wealth management, CPF related topic. Do go to look for in Telegram, look for Lu1M65. Lu165 is called 1M65 Singapore. It will help everybody to manage your financial know-how. Okay. With this, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Thank you. Bye.